It looks a lot better.
Roller derby fans, there are a great many unknowns about the sport of roller derby, but one thing I know as a certainty, he does in fact have the touch. Please get on your feet or on your knees for the musical stylings of the Chief Justice of Florida Derby DJing, DJ Ito! Cookies, it's $12.49. Let us know if you want to cover it at $12.50. Attention, Milliken Cookies. It is now $12.50. Repeat, it is $12.50. And roller derby fans, a quick shout out to the officials skating and non-skating for game number 2 of Spring Race Swarm 2022. Blondie Blitz, Krista Cups, Sriracha Cha, Despicable Deeds. Body Blitz, 2 thumbs up, less than 3. Missing the Missile, Yosemite. Milk and Cookies, The Ficus, Felony Fat Bottom, Shrimp and Roll, Nancy Scarrigan, and Mary Chaos. Are you ready for more roller derby? Woo! That's not bad.
I think they can do better.
Well, you know, we haven't started the game, so we haven't started the game just yet.
All right.
Give it a minute, give it a minute.
I don't know, some of these fans, I'm sure, watched the first game, so they've had practice.
They've had practice.
Do we have to say the word make noise, or do you think they'll just do it?
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt here.
All right.
So this will feature the Scallywags and the Fireballs. The Scallywags, I understand, are going to be in the black jerseys. Fireballs will be in the white jerseys.
Which, if a fireball was white, that'd be a hot fireball.
That would be a very hot fireball.
That's white hot.
I see what you did.
I know you missed me.
A little bit. Let's run down those rosters real quick. We'll start with the Fireballs in white. We've got number 11, Abu. We've got 1203, Adderall. We've got 22, Madness. We've got 24/7, Pita. We've got 2517, Fearless Dreamer. We've got 3, the Groovy Gorilla. We've got 472, Star Viking. We've got Category 5. We've got 910, Cosmic Chaos. We've got number 99, Lightning, and your captain, number 2, Punky Bruiser.
And for the Scallywags, we've got 1007, Giraffe Attack. We got 116, David and Goliath. 128 is Matador. 15, Panda Express. 177, Blindside Bree. 1973, Truffle Shuffle. 227, Wicked Butterfly. 251, Fast and Furious. Number 69, Sideshow Brad. Number 73, AC Bolt. Number 800, Abinator. 83 is Short Stack. 911, Cutie Pie. 93, Lana Del Slay. And last but not least, 999, King. That is your South Texas Scallywags.
This is my first time seeing both teams. I'm excited to see what these teams can show us out on the track here this afternoon.
It is afternoon. That's great.
It is indeed afternoon.
Nice little breeze coming by, sun. I'm thankful for the overhead canopy. That helps a little bit.
Head ref Milk and Cookies, whenever you're ready. Teams, if you would take the track, let's play some roller derby.
I do not own the rights to any music in the video. Trying a little different camera.
The power you wield.
Hopefully they'll show up better on this one. But it's pretty shadowy.
It is quite the responsibility, but what might cross to bear.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
We are underway. Again, the Scallywags in black, the Fireballs in white. Jamming for white, I believe, is 2517 Fearless Dreamer. That's going to be 251 Fast and Furious with the lead jammer call for the Scallywags.
Scallywags picking up lead.
Oh, nice jump. Went back anyway just to make sure that they did not have a cut track. Derby. are Viking for the Scallywags going to the penalty box, and we've got a player going to the penalty box for both teams. Fast and Furious around for another scoring pass.
But credit to Fearless Dreamer matching Fast and Furious point for point on the pass. Pack not really a pack at this point, more like some serpentine beast from some sort of mythology. But that may work to the advantage as once again Fearless Dreamer will be able to match the points scored by Fast and Furious, your lead gem.
Roller Derby is evolving. We will see whether or not the pack stays as something that roller derby strategy does. Maybe it's going to be more one-on-one roller derby.
Well, it may be a situation that the teams aren't used to the polished concrete of Sunderland Complex here. So sometimes it takes a jam or two to get adjusted. Around and underneath Ailerall is Fast and the Furious. I think we went the full 2 minutes on that one.
Even though somebody had control, they decided just to run the jam. Could be a strategy, could have just been an advantageous move.
Scallywags
Well,
picking up 16 points.
With a short
Fireballs picking up 12.
So, is it possible that the Scallywags might try to be winning a war of attrition early on? Maybe. We'll see how it shakes out. But the score after one jam, 16-12, Scallywags over the Fireballs. PETA with the jammer start for the Fireballs. But that's going to be David and Goliath for the Scallywags. But that's going to be David and Goliath with a cut track penalty.
That does give an opportunity for the Fireballs with a power jam.
And Relentless is number 800 Abinator in the pack, tracking down PETA like she owes her money. Water falling back up in front to try and shut down PETA again. The Scallywag blockers all over the joint.
The Scallywags are
Fireballs picking up 4 points on that jam.
in my opinion, at this point.
Scallywags also picking up 4
They
points.
have a little bit more form.
Current score,
A little bit more
Scallywags
back
20,
together, if you will. So
Fireballs
we'll see how it, again,
16.
There's some interesting things happening here. We'll see how it changes.
And with 2 jams down, it is 20-16 Scallywags over the Fireballs, and we'll take an official timeout. And I think that's head ref Milton Cookies reminding coaching staff, please stay out of the ref zone. And please, whether you're a coach, a skater, or a fan, stay out of the ref zone. You wouldn't like to see what happens to you when you get stuck in the ref zone.
It has happened, and then we have free permission to announce that as well.
And I think that Sideshow Brad for the Scallywags is lead.
Scallywags picking up lead.
By Jammer official Mary Chaos. But lightning strikes on the outside, clearing the pack.
So they're going back to a more traditional blocking pack. Staying together, that's a strategy or just experience, I'm not sure. But they are going back and they are lining up and rolling up, as you will.
and I like what the Scallywags were doing on that one. They cleared out Lightning in the rear of the pack, shifting him to the outside of the track, but clearing out that inside lane for Sideshow Brad to get further momentum to engage the pack in the scoring pass. It's the little things sometimes.
And there's a lot. Again, you have to take into a lot of consideration in this. They've traveled a long distance. It's Florida in March, and we're warm. I mean, it's not like it's warm out, so there's a lot of stuff that is going on.
Scallywags putting up 16 points on that
16
jam.
On the jam will make it 36
Fireballs putting up 4.
Scallywags over the Fireballs.
And we'll see how it progresses.
Just under 24 minutes first half.
And confirmed by Roughneck producer Betty Bam Bam that 16 points is in fact the highest scoring jam so far of the game as we go into jam number 4. And that's going to be Fearless Dreamer.
Fireball picking up lead.
Fireballs.
Is that the first lead jam for the Fireballs?
I believe that's confirmed by our Roughneck producer Betty Bam Bam.
Great job by the Fireballs to get lead jammer. Fireballs put some points on the board. And sometimes that's what you have to do. Even if you give up points.
Both teams putting up 4 points.
Enthusiastic reasons. And to keep your players up, you just got to put the points on the board and run the jam a little longer.
You just got to keep pace with the other team, whether you're up or you're down at that point. And that's exactly what Fearless Dreamer did to try and keep up with I think it was number 999 King, if I saw correctly. So score with 4 jams down is 40-24 Scallywags over the Fireballs. Again, if you're just joining us, where the heck have you been? And number 2, the Scallywags are in black and the Fireballs are in white.
Abinator as the jammer for the Scallywags. Lead jammer now.
And I love what Abinator's doing. She almost put an aggressive jammer, like what she was doing with PETA a couple of jams ago, waterfalling and shifting her out of the way. She did that. The jammer's trying to isolate each jammer on the opposing team, move them out of her way and clear things to get the path to get through the pack.
Again, we've seen a lot of Derby over the years, and now this is back in New Derby. And these players are right back in there playing really sound Derby skills.
But PETA will report to the penalty box, so not only is Abinator lead jammer, but she will resume on a power jam. I stand corrected, that was the pivot. Stripe star, it looks the same to me with my glasses, what can I say?
I mean, it takes time to get back in the swing of it. Nobody noticed, good day.
And Abinator matching the highest scoring jam of the game so far with 16. He is still not on the board for this jam just yet. Now that is in fact the highest scoring jam of the game so far with 20 points on the board. She decides to let it run out rather than going for one more scoring pass. But with 20 points, Corey, the damage is done already.
Correct. I mean, again,
Scallywags
not
putting
to restate
20
the
points on the
obvious.
board that jam. Fireballs
have come
putting
with a
up
short
2.
It's a short roster, so they're probably in great shape. This is probably not the first time they've done that. However, roller derby is a lot of movement.
And it's not impossible to win with a short roster. I have seen teams, particularly adult leagues, win with rosters of 11, 12,
Fireballs get lead.
10.
And with that being said, the Fireballs get lead jam again.
Oh, swipe block by, that was number
Power jam for Fireballs.
number, but he'll report to the box. That's David and Goliath.
That's going to give a power jam to the Fireballs. Maybe the spark that they need.
But that rough Scallywag blocking crew forces a recycle on Lightning. Just not with momentum. Taking a second to figure out where the opening is. And credit to that Scallywag blocking crew just shutting down the power jam.
And strategy.
Neither
yet again
team's
by
putting
the
up any
coaching staff or
points
the
on that
jammer,
jam.
That it looks like we're going to have a power start.
Current score, Fireballs 26, Scallywags 60.
That'll be a power start. We'll want to say
Just under 19
up on the line
minutes
with the
on the
start.
period clock.
Can't quite tell from turn one, the bane of announcer tables everywhere.
Yes.
We'll be stopped at an official timeout.
We'll take it, even if we're sitting here. It's always a good time.
We're in the shade. We got a PA, we got DJ Ito, we got snacks. We're doing okay here.
Snacks? We have snacks?
We have snacks. And again,
Scallywags picks up lead.
Scallywag blocking crew not only killing the power jam, but setting up enough of a space for David and Goliath to get out of the box, out of the darkness, into the light, and lead Jammer.
That was amazing. That was a really good move. Panda Express working hard against the Fireball Jammer.
Nice move by Fearless Fearless, finding the inside lane on the outside straightaway and getting through the pack. Knowing that bottom will confirm 4 points on the pass.
Nice footwork there by David and Goliath.
But he only gets 1.2 points for the Russian judge.
Scallywags picking up 12 points on that jam. Fireballs picking up 4.
It's okay.
That looks similar to what we used to call a turkey leg.
Oh. Nope. Okay. Fireballs picked up 7.
Quick official timeout to make sure the T's are crossing the I's are dotted. We're back to resume. Jeremy with the next one.
Current score, Fireballs 33, Scallywags 72.
Because you know, as an announcer, if you cross your T's and dot your I's, everything is better. But be careful when you're crossing those I's.
Don't cross
Fireballs
those eyes,
picking up lead.
or you're likely to get Groovy Griller out through the pack as lead jammer for the Fireballs. And Groovy Griller, just partly out of frustration, calls off the jam. And Corey, I'm not sure if I'm seeing this correctly at this point, but it almost looks like the Scallywags are living and dying by that brace triangle, brace diamond blocking scheme.
Both teams putting some
They
points
almost
up.
refuse to get out of it.
Scallywag
Whereas the
put up
Fireballs
4.
intent to
Fireballs
maybe go
put up
more
3.
person-to-person individual blocking. But credit to the Scallywags, that brace blocking, the Fireballs are having some real problems with it.
Right? I mean, not to compare, as we try not to do, but zone versus man-to-man is a big difference. And playing your zone and playing it that way, it has its ups and downs, but it's been working so far.
Scallywags picking up lead.
That wicked butterfly lead jammer for your scouting. Incredible effort to try and get this pack. Just doesn't quite stick the landing, unfortunately.
That was a lot closer than it looked. Like that was abandoned because they were rolling out of bounds and wanted to get back in real quick. That wasn't abandoned because they needed to.
All I'm going to say is that's far better than I could ever hope to possibly achieve.
Well, I've seen you do that before, but I'm not sure it was on purpose.
Please, this is true to roller derby right now. And credit to our roughneck producer, Betty Bam Bam, for this factoid. A possible byproduct of the slow strategy we're seeing so far is that I think we've got a greatly reduced penalty count so far. We're looking at, I want to say, with 6 total box trips for the Scallywags and 4 for the Fireballs, with about 16 minutes down. And we're at an official review. This one's going to the Scallywags, if I see our jam timer correctly.
I miss this part. I love the official reviews because you see something, you're going, okay, I know what I saw, and then now you're having a conversation to see if everybody else saw it too. It's not a replay, it's a conversation. And that makes it really interesting to me. So they huddle up and they talk about it, and we'll see which one they come up with, if the referees agree or disagree.
If you haven't already, now would be a good time to hit that thumbs up button.
If you go to my Facebook page from about November 2010, there might be a very, very low quality video of what might be the final jam between the Rocky Mountain and Ole, where Rocky Mountain scored the final point it needed to defeat Ole for the WFTDA championship that year. Whether or not it shows a minor or major track cut, well, if you can find the video on my Facebook, you can look for yourself and determine for yourself on that one.
A little bit of roller derby history from the illustrious Vince Hannity.
Illustrious?
Did I use that right?
This guy right here.
So, I really appreciate all the things that you just said about that. It's really interesting. However, my question is, are you sure it was on Facebook and not MySpace back then?
No, it was in fact on Facebook. I specifically checked MySpace and my Friendster account to make sure it wasn't there. Yes, I also checked Usenet.
Somebody told me that MySpace still exists.
It does, in fact, still exist. And we are talking over so many heads, it's not even funny at this point.
This is really just for us. I mean, we're in an official review. There's not a whole lot we can talk about. We can't strategize. Going backwards doesn't do anybody any good. So we'll talk about the days gone by. Soon we're going to be saying meta, and the days gone by are going to be Facebook jokes.
Oh, and I think we have
here we go.
Chaos coming in for an update. So apparently, thanks to Mary Chaos for the update, the official review being called by the Scallywags because there was a report of a out of play block where there was a no pack situation. And we are double checking the board. I believe the official review will stand, and the Scallywags will not lose their official review, but we'll keep an eye on the board just to confirm on that. But regardless, we're about to get back to roller derby.
Roller derby. Make some noise.
There you go.
That was fun.
Scallywags picking up lead. Nope.
And
Yeah.
Lightning for a moment thinking I'm getting called for a penalty. And Mary Kay says, no, you're lead jammer. It's good. Come back. Come back. Clean up coming out of turn number 2. Elbow on 1, 2, 0, 3. Or possibly a 4. That is 8 overall of the fireballs.
So the Scallywags have lead jammer again. The use of the braced wall is very much working for the Scallywags. But with that being said, the fireballs are also keeping points on the board.
And have the fireball saying, well, yes, we would like to try the brace wall as well. But Lightning with some nice, or should be King, I stand corrected, with some nice footwork, goes to the inside lane and catches that ship just in the nick of time to keep the brace wall closing in on him.
Power
Right
jam
there.
for fireballs.
And on top of that, number 83 short stack for the Scallywags goes to the box as well for a failure to form. And if I'm not mistaken, Corey, I believe it's the second power jam that the fireballs have had, and I don't think the Scallywags have had a power jam yet this year.
No, the discipline of the fireballs is very good in that respect. They have not. I mean,
Both
yes, they're
teams
down in
putting up some points.
Yes, obviously they're down in points.
Scallywags
But
put up
they're
20.
taking the penalty, still a bit of a-
Fireballs put up 7. Bringing the score, Scallywags
The time that we're back, there should be
107.
another power start, right?
Fireballs
I believe
53.
so. And if anybody in the sound of my voice doesn't know, a power start is when only one jammer starts on the line.
Next whistle will resume play.
Power start for fireballs.
Power start for the Groovy Gorilla, but will recycle back into turn number 4.
Fireballs picking up lead.
Gets the call. Lead jammer Groovy Gorilla.
Power jam.
Out of the darkness, but right back into the penalty box on a back block call. But number 15, Panda Express, just all over Groovy Gorilla.
Found an inside line. I'm taking it through the pack. 4 more points on the board for the Fireballs.
Just what is Groovy Gorilla seeing that she's finding these scenes almost seemingly for the first time in this brace for the Scallywags.
Scallywags jammer released from the box.
Making the decision at the end of that just to call off the trail.
Fire.
Penalty bottom says carry the 1 times 2, carry the 3. Yeah, that's 0 points on the pass.
Fireballs putting up 4 points
We had
before
the
calling it off.
Math is hard.
That's why some of us became attorneys. Not me, I'm just playing.
There is no math on the bar exam, sir.
Scallywags
And
picking up
that would be
lead.
Number 128, Matator. First time with the start, first time getting lead jammer call in the game.
Just blowing the whistle to blow it.
And the fourth jammer penalty on the Scallywags for another cut track on Matator. Yet another
Power jam for
jam.
fireballs.
This time it is in fact for lightning and the fireballs.
Little spring in the step for lightning there to get through. Point scored.
All right,
And a cut track.
power switch.
Unfortunately, the first jammer penalty of the game for the Fireballs gets a cut track penalty.
And the way that works is without a jammer on the track, it wouldn't be any fun. So the jammer is released from the penalty box.
And jammer number 2 only serves the amount of time that jammer number 1 served in the penalty box.
Back to math. And this jam is sponsored by math.
Both teams putting some points on the board. Scallywags put up 12. Fireballs put up 4. Bringing the score, Fireballs
Every once in a while,
61.
we have to contemplate our life choices. Sitting
Scallywags.
between your lead guitarist and your lead singer may not have been the best choices.
Scallywags 119.
No comment, unnecessary. We're back underway with Fearless Dreamer for the star, for the Fireball, Fast and Furious. For the Scallywags, gets just enough of that inside lane on turn number 1 to get through.
Scallywags
to get
picking
the
up
call.
lead.
That was like an apex big step. That was a jump, but not quite inbound. Fun to watch nonetheless.
Again, doesn't quite stick the landing. He will successfully complete the pass inbounds, getting 4 points. And Panda Express living in the nightmares of Fearless Dreamer. Knocked out with the recycle.
That is the end of the jam. And the score is adjusting. We will find out in a second. But as it reads now, we're 129 to 61.
And the thing is, it's not really a war of attrition forcing the Fireballs into penalty trouble. There's not really any of the Fireballs in any sort of penalty trouble. You've got maybe 2 skaters with maybe 2 box trips at this point.
And they're staying pretty true to well-played roller derby. And again, as players get tired, sometimes penalties do build up. We are still in the first half. But so far, they've been doing a great job.
And adding Terminator saying, I dare you to cross this line. Run it across this line. Come on across this line. He does. Gets clear and gets through on the initial pass.
Scallywags again using the braced wall.
And moving Gorilla a little slow to get up, but get back up. This is in fact what happens. Failure to reform on the navigator sensor to the box. And that jam goes the full 2 minutes.
Both teams putting some points on the board.
It looked like they went to the box on that. So there should be a player advantage for the Fireball starting out.
Team timeout. This one will go to the Scallywags. Score on the board at this time, 141-69 Scallywags over the Fireballs. 3 minutes 54 seconds left in regulation in the first.
You are the king of the divan, quel mérite en passant. I'm the king of the divan. Ça plane pour moi. 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 Allez hop, t'occupe, t'inquiète, touche pas ma planète.
Camp Out is here. They are Tampa Roller Derby's. I went blank. That only happens once in a while. But Camp Out is here. They're the charity co-sponsor with Tampa Roller Derby of a lot of stuff. So go out and check them out. They're over there by the concession stands. And go buy stuff, eat stuff, take some swag home with you.
And David and Goliath checking with them saying,
Fireball picking up lead.
Let's go. Get the confirmation, but not enough time to stop Boo from getting a lead jammer on the call. And Boo deciding discretion is indeed the better part of valor and calls it off before David and Goliath can score points on the jam.
You know, that's probably not a bad idea. David and Goliath has been known to score a bunch of points. Might even be one of the highest scorers in the game so far. We'll check that out in a little while.
Betty Bam Bam does penalties. She doesn't do scoring.
I was gonna say Betty Bam Bam does penalties in more way than one, but I decided not to.
And inbounds and legal is Star Viking, I believe.
Fireball
her first
picking
time
up
as a
lead.
Star in the game today, and her first time as lead jammer for your Fireballs. Defended into center track. And tough break for the Fireballs. Second jam in a row, they get shut down, and they have to call it off for a scoreless
Neither
jam.
team's putting up any points on that
However,
jam.
on a brighter note, they were lead jammer and they just kept the other team to zero. Which sometimes is what you want to do. Occasionally.
Well, like we said earlier, sometimes it's the little things.
Totally.
You still got a whole half of Derby left to play at this point. Make some momentum for the remainder of the first half. Build on that at halftime. take it into the locker room, or went passes from the locker room at Sunderland.
Fireballs got on again. That's like 3 in a row. Lead jammer for the Fireballs.
Fireballs picking up lead.
Once again, let's go 3 in a row. I believe the first time 3 in a row for lead jammer calls for the Fireballs in the game so far. She'll get through, she'll call it up, but the damage is in fact done. But a 4-2 jam, Fireballs advantage.
And that's what you got to do. If you can't get a 4-0, any sort of advantage in points at this point would be good.
All right, both teams putting some points on the board. Fireballs picked up 4. Scallywags picked up 2. Bringing the score, Scallywags 143. Fireballs 73. Fireballs picking up
4
lead.
in a row for the Fireballs. Blue on the outside lane, virtually untouched. Hits the afterburners. Abinator gets in her way. Forces the recycle back to the jammer line. Forearm penalty that will be assessed to number 22, Mathis.
Both teams putting up 4 points on that jam.
Where the crowd started screaming one more jam. Not at this moment I see that, but we have a few seconds left and the jam will most likely take place.
Well, we're likely going to have one more jam for this half. And there it is.
So even though the game clock will be at 0, the jam clock will continue to run.
And Sideshow Brad, once again, who's had some pretty good jams himself, with the star and with the lead jammer call. But it will get called for a back block and turn it into a power jam for Star Viking and the Fireballs.
I don't remember who told me this, but this was called the fan jam because the clock is over and now it has to go the full 2 minutes. We've got a full fan jam.
Well, there's nothing to lose at this point for the Fireballs.
Almost through, and it's some good defense by the Scallywags.
Contract penalty on the Scallywags. Sideshow Brad, another power jam for Star Viking.
And again, the jammer only sits for as long as the previous jammer sat.
Direction of gameplay gets called on acute injury. And that is the jam, and that is the half.
With the bonus jam going, that was one of the most aggressive jams that we saw going to the half. You said they have nothing to lose. There was a little bit to lose right there. Hopefully the 15 minutes will be long enough for them to recover. We will see.
Well, here's the interesting factoid too as well, if I see it correctly.
Cutting it off.
If I caught it correct,
Take the battery on that one.
Scallywags jammer
halftime?
was still in the box
I'll leave that
at
one
the
running.
end of the jam, which means
So it's
the
halftime.
Fireballs get that power jam start.
Scores
to start off the
153.
second.
And we will see
Conroe,
who is left in the box and who comes out on the
77
track
Fireballs.
in just about 9 minutes 45. So for now, I'm Corey and I'm here with the wonderful Vince Hannity. Go buy some snacks, go buy some swag, check out Camp Out. Oh yeah, and we have to give the lesson now because we're talking about a 50-50 raffle. When you spend money on the 50-50, the more you put in, the more you get back. So go ahead, win that raffle.
Been singing with one band, that's the one across the land. I've seen every blue on Susie on the way. Got that beauty and that style, we're kinda smooth after a while. Take me to that bloody ladies every time. Come on, won't you take me home tonight?
Stop.
With your feet on the air, your head on the ground.
2 minutes. 2 minutes until roller derby.
Gotta give a damn about my reputation. Living in the past, it's a new generation. Do what you want to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. Oh no, not me. And I don't give a damn about my reputation. Never said I wanted to improve my station. I'm only doing good while I'm having fun, and I don't have to be no one. And I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. Oh no, not me. Wow, not me. I don't give a damn about my reputation. I've never been afraid of any deviation. And I don't really care if you think I'm strange. I ain't gonna change. And I'm never gonna care about my bad reputation. Wow, not me. Wow, not me. Hello, boys.
We are 30 seconds to the second half of the Scallywags Fireballs game this afternoon here at Sunderland Complex. If you're a fan of the Scallywags, you're a fan of the Fireballs, let them know you're out there, that you're still pulling for them. Or not, sure.
Make some
Thank
noise.
you. Nobody else.
Let's go roller derby!
And here we go.
153 to 77, Scallywags over the Fireballs. If you're just joining us, where the heck have you been? And the Scallywags are in the black and the Fireballs are in the white. It is confirmed, Fireballs will start on the power gen, start the second half. Panda Express collapsing and forces the cut track
Power jam for Scallywags.
on Fearless Dreamer. So King will exit the penalty box out of the darkness into the light and lead Jammer.
The Fireballs have 4 blockers on the track, and the Scallywags have 2. But that will change soon, as all things in roller derby does. So we have a power jam for and the jam has been called off.
Scallywags picking up 6 points on that jam.
So that's the way it starts. We'll see how it goes. Again, still sticking with the same strategy where the Fireballs have that wall set up. Kind of like a 3-and-1, if you will.
Yeah.
Power start for Scallywags.
And the Fireballs with the deep
Fireballs jammer is out of the box.
butterfly. This-
Fireballs picking up
and
lead.
Lead Jammer, the Fearless Dreamer, coming out of the penalty box.
Staying in bounds.
And Wicked Butterfly and Fearless Dreamer dancing the dance of death as they move to re-engage the pack. And Fearless Dreamer says, I'm not taking any chances, I'm calling it off.
Fireball's picking up 4 points before calling it off. Current score, Fireball's 81, Scallywags 159.
And 9-1-1 for the Scallywags. Acute injury to the box. What may be the 5th box trip in the game so far. But Truffle Shuffle just all over, but gets a direction of gameplay. So that will be Groovy Griller on the Power Jam.
Power Jam for Fireballs.
All right, so as we go here.
Scallywags Jammer is standing.
And Panda Express
Fireball
says, hey,
Jammer
kinda
got
hard to
a
miss.
track cut.
And Mary Chaos Grease says, yeah,
Power
that was
switch.
pretty much a cut track penalty right there.
Yeah, because you have to go back and draw all the way back behind the person that knocked you out, or the person in line with the person that knocked you out even. And that was neglected.
As long as they're upright in the track in play, you gotta get behind them.
Cannot neglect where you enter the track.
On the pass for acute injury.
Fireball's Jammer's out the box.
Acute injury hangs on to get around on the outside. Jam will be called off.
Scallywags putting up 12 points on that jam.
12-0 jam advantage Scallywags.
A little bit of slipping and sliding on that. Both jammers with their eyes on the prize to get through to become lead jammer.
With the defense on number 2517, Fearless Dreamer. Now joined by Abinator.
There's been a lot of defense on this. We do not have a lead jammer as of yet. And right there,
Scallywags picks up lead.
5 seconds to get the lead jammer call on this jam.
by the Scallywags.
50 seconds on the jam clock.
73 AC bolts all over Fearless Dreamer, trying to avoid that cut track. Cut track is called. Music going on.
So the Fireballs have not been doing this as much, but on this last jam, they drew the Scallywags all the way back, and the strategy, in my opinion, seemed to work because
Scallywags picking up 3
cause
points
them
on that
to
jam.
call off the jam.
Current score, Scallywags 174, Fireballs 81.
David and Goliath will get the call. Lead jammer for the Scallywags.
David and Goliath using toe stop work to get through the pack. Sliding from one, finds an edge. Stays in bounds. 4 more points on the board for David and Goliath, which is one skater, by the way.
Well, he's David and Goliath, you know? In the meantime, Boo is getting crushed between Giraffe Attack and Panda Express, as well as Matador, a veritable zoo out there.
David and Goliath coming around for another scoring pass. David and Goliath being slowed up by the Fireballs, but gets through for 4 more points on the board.
Incredible trust between jammers and blocking crew, recognizing that, hey, the detail, the unspoken communication in there saying, you hold the other team's jammer back, I'll get through the pack. You do that for me, I'll do that for you. And that's exactly what the Scallywags did on this jam.
Putting a considerable number of points on the board. I'm not really sure if I can count that high.
Scallywags
However, our
putting up
score so
16
far
points
is
on that jam.
190 to 81. With the Scallywags in the lead, in case you weren't keeping up, but you probably were. And now it's moved up a little bit more for the Scallywags. They got 3 more points, 194 to 81.
Nice roll around by Fast and Furious. Roblox, fearless streamer of the Fireballs, will send her to the box.
Jump to score some points and call it off the jam.
You will believe a jammer can fly.
Both teams putting some points on the board.
Clock will be stopped. I believe that's going to be for an official review by the... That's going to go to the Fireballs on the official review.
So, with what we just saw, stealing from another sport, maybe jammers should be relabeled flyers.
But they only fly occasionally.
So they could be occasional flyers. I guess we'll just stick with jammer. Maybe if they do it often, as the illustrious Benny Bam Bam just pointed out, they could be frequent flyers. Yeah, it's not going over too well. But I usually just talk for myself anyway.
I'm sorry, were you saying something?
I've heard that before. blah, 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 as it will be.
In the meantime, this official review is a perfect time to remind you to check out our snack table, get some drinks, get some snacks, get some swag, and we've got that 50-50, the Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby Economic Stimulus Plan. The more you put in, the bigger the winnings, and the more likely you are to win with that point. So throw down for your 50-50, and just a reminder for Camp Out. Yes, thank you, DJ. Put it in, Make it rain for the 50-50. But Camp Out, what's included? 3 meals a day in canteen, daily activities, educational workshops and camp games, daily arts and crafts, nightly campfire, and so much more. Check out Camp Out. I believe they've got a table outside in Vendor Village. Is that what we're being told? Check out their table in Vendor Village.
And buy some snacks.
Buy some snacks.
Eat some snacks. Spend money. You know, I know we're back in the swing of it. We're already back doing it. It has been 2 years since announcing roller derby for me.
Well, you may be noticing the shirt I chose to wear this afternoon, and we'll get back to that momentarily. So if I've got this correctly, Fireballs were looking for an illegal block during the last jam. There was apparently no impact as a result of the block, so no penalty will be called, and the Fireballs will lose their official review for the remainder of the period.
The dual roles of our skaters. No.
But in fact, I am wearing a Spring Break 2020 t-shirt, which was the last time I got the call derby with y'all before the world went crazy for a couple of years. Though the world seems like it's still gone crazy. And going crazy out of the pack is 247 PETA. And going crazy.
Fireball's picking up lead.
Turning on the afterburners.
Fireball's calling it for any points can be scored.
That is a surefire way to keep the score the same. No pun intended with the Fireballs. I mean, I said fire twice, so maybe there was a pun intended, but you'll never know, will you?
Well, it's a perfect example why even if you don't get the lead jammer call, you never give up on a jam when you got that star on your head.
Very, very true.
.210.89, Scallywags over the Fireballs. Abinator with the star for the Scallywags, and I believe that's Fearless Dreamer with the star, yes, for the Fireballs.
Fireball
Good
picking up
effort by
lead.
the Fireballs. Jammer, that was fantastic effort to get through the pack and to become lead jammer. That is Fearless Dreamer yet again.
Does the jam get called in time? Ooh, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Points, no points, no points, points. And we're asking for an official timeout because many, many things happen in the outside straightaway that the officials would like to talk over.
So this is like instant replay for people who like to communicate. So with that being said, we're sitting here and the score is
210-89. Scallywags over the Fireball.
Oh, we got a power start for Scallywags.
Oh, and a south break. They're going to call penalty on Fearless Dreamer towards the end of that jam before it was called off. So it will be a power start for the Scallywags. Oh.
Scallywags picking up
AC
lead.
Bolt through the pack with the lead. Jammer call. I believe it's confirmed by Benny Bannon. AC's first time with the star this afternoon.
Good job getting through the track with a little extra help of offense. It kind of gives you a little bit when you know you're the only jammer on the track. But sometimes it doesn't work out and they hold you back. But we'll see how it goes. That was a good stop.
And it's a tough skill to learn as a jammer, going through that pack. Keeping those elbows and those forearms in to avoid the back block, to avoid the forearm, to avoid the elbow pin. It's so uninstinctive. There really is so much training that you have to get to make that a good habit.
Scallywags putting up 8 points before calling it off.
Even though they got a penalty, even though they were not, the Fireballs did not have a jammer to start. They are showing amazing heart at this point.
Scallywags 218, Fireballs 91.
That was close. They almost scored points before that was called off the last jam. Again, we are announcers, so we're allowed to talk in almost.
Oh,
If we were scorekeepers, that would not work out.
that was close.
Well, that's why we're announcers and not scorekeepers. And Panda Express with the star for the first time this afternoon gets the call. Lead jammer Scallywags. Look at the footwork by Panda. Inbounds, upright, gets 4 on the pass. Says pass me. Why don't you pass me? I dare you to pass me.
And again, that's when jammers play defense.
And Panda will get part with a call off the jam. He's putting 2 points on there. And again, that trust between the Scallywags jammer and blocking crew said, Panda, you get as many points as you can. We'll hold the jammer for you. And they force a cut track penalty on the Fireball.
Right at the end, they got a cut track, so it's going to be another power start.
Power start for Scallywags.
Not exactly what the Fireballs wanted. But again, every game is jam for jam. And communication going on the sidelines. However, Vince Hannity, this is a different group of teams that we saw than the last spring break swarm. And I'm not completely up on it, but there's been some changes to the way that JRDA is approaching tournaments. We will see. Typically in Tampa, the spring break swarm is our big tournament of the year. And it's great to be back. It's interesting to be outside. So we'll see if there are any more tournaments that we're going to do locally here in Tampa. But these teams come, I mean, we don't only have the one local to Florida team in this tournament.
Well, sure, we don't have Duval participating in the tournament. We don't have. I think you're right. That's the only
Scallywags
Florida juniors
224.
team that
Fireball
for the first time in,
92.
many years, the only Florida juniors team participating in Spring Break Swarm.
Which is a testament to Spring Break Swarm, and again, Rojo Grande, that it is really a countrywide tournament. And it is a draw to come here. I mean, obviously, who doesn't want to be in Florida in weather like this when you're in the shade.
This is the weather they did advertise in the brochure.
This is why we pay so much in taxes.
Well, I thought that was because we don't have a state income tax, so they nickel and dime us everywhere else.
Probably the reason. However,
we must get not too political at this point. But getting back out there while we're at official timeout. Scallywags fans, where are you out there? Let's hear you, Scallywags fans. Fireball fans, let's hear you out there. Where are you out there still, Fireball fans? Well played, young squire, well played.
sometimes timing is everything.
And we're back underway with a power start. That's going to be King for your Scallywags. Get the call, Lee Jim.
4 points on the board, and still lead Jimmer. Never ceases to amaze me. The pack is like right in front of us, so never ceases to amaze me how much a jammer.
Power jam for Scallywags.
That's skill, baby.
Now, there was a cut track as they were moving those three people. However,
and the star has been passed. Now our active scorer for the Scallywags will be Fast and Furious.
and they stay on their feet. 4 more points.
And the interesting thing, Scory, is I think the Scallywags are in danger of getting a higher score than the Philly Timbers got in the previous game, but those two teams will play in our next game.
Oh, so back-to-back games for one of these two teams.
Exactly.
Trying to do a little hypnosis there, didn't work. You see him running to get the raffle tickets? I'm hoping.
I mean, we don't want them all running at the same time. It'd be like a stampede. That would not be good for anyone.
Although fun to watch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Probably not the safest thing.
No, not at all.
Orderly file. No? All right. So the money that you donate is the money that goes to whatever you donated to. So buy stuff.
Buy the stuff.
As we sit here dancing to the wonderful tunes of DJ Ito.
Y'all enjoying DJ Ito's tunage this afternoon? Let him know.
And he takes things really personal, so if you're not enjoying it, don't tell him.
Thanks to Milk and Cookies and 2 thumbs up. The official review, Black was looking for a failure to reform penalty. However, there was insufficient evidence that a failure to reform was warranted, so no penalty will be assessed, and the Scallywags will lose their official review for the remaining 10 and a half minutes of the period.
Both cameras are on the track.
There you go, Addy.
We've got Lana Display for the first time with the star.
And Lana Del Slay will be on a power jam as Fearless Dream are going back to the penalty box.
And Lana Del Slay, lead jammer.
What I liked about what Lana was doing was Lana got low, kept the feet moving, kept going into that brace, and just slowly chipped away the stone. Right? Have I used that term enough lately today?
Oh, it's a great term and a great song, so we just got to keep saying it. Slaves still putting points on the board. Fireball still working to get out of the pack. So with about 8.5 minutes to go, starting to see a little bit of fatigue. However, I don't think the penalties are going up higher for the Fireballs. I think there is some fatigue, but I think the penalties are still staying low. If they can keep that to the end, that could help.
Well, you've got one Fireball.
Scallywags picking up 10 points on that jam. Bringing the score, Scallywags 271, Fireballs 98. 8:13 on the period clock, second half.
Yeah, Corey, there's maybe one Fireball player in significant penalty trouble sitting on about 5 box ticks or so, give or take. But what I'm really noticing is that defense of the Scallywags really clamping down the further and further we get into the second period, particularly on scoring defense.
Scallywags picking up lead.
That breeze feels good, but it's a little shocking.
A little shocking. Contract with him at 999K. Ooh, the Fireballs will report to the penalty box.
Power jam for Scallywags.
I got this feeling on the summer day when you were gone. I crashed my car into the bridge. I watched her let it burn. I threw your stuff into a bag and pushed it down the stairs. I crashed my car into the bridge.
And Wicked Butterfly will call off the jam for 1 point score, setting up a power start for the Scallywags in this next jam. You know, Corey, what I've always wondered, what makes a person a scallywag as opposed to a hooligan or even a ruffian?
Officially, a scallywag has to do with more so how many people they know that are missing an eye. So a scallywag would be more about that. A hooligan is just a general term for a roughneck.
I almost believe that.
Thinking on my feet, just like the jammer here.
Sideshow Brad.
Through lead jammer and putting one to the board is Sideshow Brad. The jammer for the Scallywags is Cat of Glory 5. Did you get that? Cat of Glory 5.
I got that, sir.
That's pretty good being here in Florida. We want to keep Cat of Glory 5 away.
Well, we're fine with her being here in March. After June 1st, between June 1st and November 30th, that's potentially a problem.
But with all the love, speaking of which, Cat of Glory 5 is working hard to get through.
Scallywags.
4 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Your score is 293 to 98.
And never say die. Fearless Dreamer will break the pack and get through a lead jammer for the fireball.
That was a good. The fireballs are doing very good on this jam. Probably very well. However, good work by the jammer, creating and opening a hole all on their own. Down the outside, drew everybody into the outside, and then came back to the inside.
Star is past King, and now the active scorer. Once cover makes it on helmet. But the damage done by Fearless Dreamer, and those 12 points will have the Fireballs break the century mark and put them at 110 points, 10 points for each and every skater they've got on their roster. I dare say, Corey, perhaps a moral victory of sorts.
Fireballs picking up 12 points on that
Absolutely.
jam. Bringing the score,
Bring your
Fireballs,
short team, you know what you're coming
110.
into. Bring your small
Scallywag.
team, you know what you're coming into. But they have to get the game.
293.
Play. And sometimes, I mean, these are, as everybody knows, kids. They're not being paid to come do this, and we're paying to do it. Sometimes you just can't get there.
Scallywags picking
That
up
was a
lead.
wicked butterfly for the Scallywags. Might be the first time they've had the star.
I think she's had the star maybe twice before. She's more what appears to be a jammer in relief for the Scallywags, but does a pretty good job with that roll so far, I would say.
A good job on this jam, jumping right out there and getting the lead jammer. Good work for Lightning. If I were to describe the way that Lightning jams, I would say vision. I see that Lightning has some good vision. They can see where to go to draw the pack one side and then go to the other side. It will be interesting to watch that skater develop. This vision is hard to teach.
And the star has been passed, 8-all, 12:03. Now your active scorer for the Fireballs.
Both teams putting some points on the board.
Those 11 points will put the Scallywags at 304, while the 2 points for the Fireballs will put them at 112. Clock stop, team timeout. This one, I believe, going for the Scallywags.
About 29 seconds left to go.
timeout has expired. Teams now returning to the track.
All right, 29 seconds left on the period clock.
What will likely be our final jam of this game is now underway. Scallywags fans, Fireball fans, let your teams know that you're still out there and you're still cheering for them.
Scallywags picking up lead.
Call lead jammer for the Scallywags.
But the never quit attitude of the Fireballs.
And a cut track penalty means this will go the full 2 minutes.
Power jam for Fireballs.
Giving an opportunity for the Fireballs to put a few points on the board.
Star Viking with the star.
Just like that.
Just like that.
40 seconds on the jam clock.
Ooh, truffle shuffle. Goes to the box on a direction penalty.
Less than 10 seconds on the jam clock.
And that's going to be the game. Unofficial score, 316 to 124. Scallywags and Fireballs, respectively.
Make some noise. There you go. Great job to all the skaters. Thank you to all the referees and volunteers and the fans nonetheless. All of you, thank you for coming out. Because without you, I'm just talking to myself. Aren't you anyways?
And it is a final 316-124. Scallywags over the Fireballs. We welcome our fans to come trackside to high five all the skaters as they make their victory and consolation laps. Scallywags, please feel free to take your victory lap on the track.
Good game. Good game. Good game. Good game. Good game, guys. Good game.
And roll the fans, please welcome back to the track, your Fireball!
Good game. Good game. Good game.